तैयारी आ गई है। आप देख रहे हैं इस वक्त मुख्य चुनाव आयुक्त को अपनी जगह वो ले चुके हैं। हमेशा प्रक्रिया तय यही रहती है कि पहले जनसंख्या, वोटर्स कितने हैं, कितने बूथ लगाए जाएंगे, पूरी जो तैयारी चुनाव आयोग की तरफ से की जाती है उन सब का।
शर्मा जी, श्री नितेश व्यास जी,
ये देखिए
इलेक्शन डिप्टी इलेक्शन कमिश्नर्स श्री अजय भादु, मिस्टर आर.के. गुप्ता, and I am DG Media Shefali Sharan. Sir, I would request you to kindly make your opening statement, and thereafter the floor would be open for their questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Shefali ji. Honorable Election Commissioner Shri Anup Chand Pandey ji on my right, and Shri Arun Goel ji on my left, senior officers, DCs of the Commission, friends from media present here. First of all, very good morning. We have gathered here to announce the schedule for the Karnataka election and the by-elections. You may recall that after the successful and peaceful conduct of elections in the 3 states of the Northeast, just early this year, it is now time to move to the southern part of the country. What a stark difference in terms of geography, culture, and varied challenges that we have in 2 different sets of states where we are doing the elections. The challenges in Northeast were very different than what we have in Karnataka. Northeast were very different than what we have in Karnataka. But what remains consistent and constant is our commitment to deliver a free, fair, transparent, and inducement-free election. So be it Northeast, South, across the length and breadth of the country, we are committed to do it. And you may recall that the challenges in the recently held elections were more in terms of controlling the violence, handling the tough topography, making the logistical arrangements, making machines move, the electoral machinery move, whereas in Karnataka, the challenges are of different nature, which I will elaborate. Well, you eagerly must be waiting for the schedule straightway, but just give me 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to tell you the basics profiling. The term of Karnataka Legislative Assembly is till 24th of May 2023. So we have to complete the entire process before that. There are 224 assembly constituencies, of which 36 are reserved for the SCs and 15 are reserved for the STs. Let me just also tell you the electors' profile in the state, because a healthy electoral roll is a prerequisite and a foundation for any election activity and an exercise. Total electors in the states are 5.21 crores, of which male electors are 2.62 and female electors are around 2.59, almost equal. And during the SSR exercise which we completed, the Commission laid special emphasis on the, as I have been repeatedly saying, on the inclusive part of the electoral roll and also the human part of the electoral roll. What does it entail? It means we laid special emphasis on registration of new age voters between 18 to 19 years, women, transgenders, persons with disabilities, and also in Karnataka on the particularly vulnerable tribal groups, who are the disadvantaged groups. If you look at any human development indices, the particularly vulnerable tribal groups are the one who are at the lowest of the ladder. So we said we'll have a special outreach. I'll touch on that in one of the slides. The role gender ratio in the state stands at 988, which is very healthy. And the copies of the electoral rolls, including the process by which it was prepared, have all been shared with the political parties. And the involvement was at every stage. So friends, senior citizens and PWDs, as we have been putting a special emphasis on this part, and it's important in case of Karnataka because it will happen first time in Karnataka. The total number of 80 plus electors is 12.15 lakhs. So you would see that it's a increase of 32% from the 2018, and they also includes 16,976 proud electors who are 100 plus. We'll be having a special outreach for all of them. The persons with disabilities, as you would see, a sharp increase because of our focus, has increased to 5.55 lakhs. This is an increase of close to 150% over 2018. And you may ask me how it has happened. It's the social justice departments of the states give scholarships to various persons with disabilities. We also collected data from them so that, we can have an outreach. We can go to their houses and have a special outreach to persuade them, to facilitate them to become our voters. And this is the result of that. And through your medium, we would like to welcome them, pay our gratitudes to all the senior citizens and the persons with disabilities, transgenders, to please come and participate with all vigor in the election, and we are having a special attempt for that, which includes that for the first time, this facility for voting from home would be available in Karnataka to the 80 plus voters and also to the persons with disabilities. It has been a very successful and very reassuring and very happy experience for all of us in the Commission. To just report through you, in recently 5 state elections which we have had recently, Himachal, Gujarat, Tripura, Meghalaya and Nagaland, over 73,200 persons with disabilities and 80 plus senior citizens, we have been able to go to their house and take their votes. I mean, for one vote, 3 to 4 persons go. All the political parties are informed, it's videographed so that secrecy is not compromised. But it is worth the effort. It puts a pressure on the administration, on the already strained administration during the elections. But फिर भी इसमें जाना, वोट को लेना घर से सीनियर सिटीजन्स और पीडब्ल्यूडीज का एक बहुत ही सुखद अनुभूति है और इसको हम आने वाले इलेक्शंस में और इसमें लगातार सुदृढ़ करते रहेंगे. So coming to the inclusive elections and connecting with the youth, which is very critical in case of all the elections, but more so in Karnataka and in terms of youth and urban. I'll tell you how. So the first time voters in Karnataka, because of our special effort as I just mentioned, has increased from 18 to 19 by 9.17 lakhs. And the young electors gender ratio, which was low at 720, has increased to 820. It's a jump of 100%. So means we have been able to get more and more girls in the age of 18 to 19 registered in our electoral rolls. So it's far more gender sensitive now. And all young voters who are turning 18 years by 1st of April 2023 will be able to vote in this forthcoming election. So this again, आपके माध्यम से मैं इसको फिर से बताना चाहता हूँ. कमीशन के एफर्ट से 4 क्वालिफाइंग डेट्स का अमेंडमेंट लॉ में हुआ था कि हर क्वार्टर की फर्स्ट डेट. तो हमने एडवांस में एप्लीकेशन जो लेने का प्रोसेस शुरू किया, उसमें 1 अप्रैल को जो लोग 18 इयर्स के होने वाले हैं उनकी पिटीशन हमारे पास पहले से आके रखी हैं और वो भी लोग 41,000 ऐसे हैं जो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस चेंज इन अमेंडमेंट वुड बी एबल टू कास्ट देयर वोट. अदरवाइज दे वुड हैव टू वेट, they would have waited for the next year 1st of January to become eligible. So this is the power of that amendment which we I've just wanted to tell you. And youth participation in the electoral process, as you know, brings in the required energy and rhythm, yielding to a more vibrant and argumentative electoral process, participative electoral process, which is again a very healthy sign for the democracy. And as our National Voters Day theme was, there is nothing like voting. So this is what we are popularizing amongst the youth, and through you also requesting that when we have taken so much of effort to make them voters, let them also respond by coming to the polling stations on the date which we'll announce now. Coming to the particularly vulnerable tribal groups, as are again a human face and an inclusive agenda for the electoral rolls. The purity and the inclusiveness and the health of electoral rolls is one of the focus of the Commission, more so this year. So there are two PVTGs in Karnataka, Jhenukurba and Koraga tribes. And the total population is 46,852 and 18 plus is 30,507. And you would be happy to know that we have been able to enroll 100%. Primitive, these two PVTGs. और इनके लिए 40 एथनिक बूथ भी हम बना रहे हैं ताकि वो अपने वैल्यू में अपने तरीके से they feel happy participating in our elections. Similarly for transgenders, total transgenders in the state as per the records of the department concerned is 42,756 and we have been able to enroll through our outreach in our process 41,312, which is again almost complete. कुछ ऐसे भी लोग हैं जो अपने आप को इलेक्टरल रोल में एज ट्रांसजेंडर मार्क नहीं कराना चाहते. हमारी उनसे अपील है कि अगर ऐसे कुछ लोग छूट गए तो जिस फॉर्म में जिस सेंसिटिविटीज के साथ वो अपने आप को अटैच मार्क कराना चाहते हैं, हम उसमें एक कदम उनसे आगे बढ़ के उनकी मदद करेंगे और उनको ऐड करेंगे. नाउ after voters to give you a feel and a overview of the polling stations. There are 58,282 polling stations in the state of Karnataka, of which 20,866 are urban. And I'll tell you what special efforts are required for these urban area polling stations. Average electors per polling stations comes to 883. And we'll be doing as usual the 50% webcasting, which comes to 29,140. On all these sensitive booths which have been identified, we take 4-5 measures. Either there would be a CAPF, or there would be webcasting, or there would be a micro-observer. It's a combination, and cumulatively, through a combination of all of this, we tend to put more vigor and vigil on the sensitive booths. For enhanced voter experience, how do we ensure that voters feel happy, want to come to the booth and take part in the festival of democracy? There would be close to 1,320 polling stations which would be managed exclusively by the women. ये भी उनके हर इलेक्शन में हम कर रहे हैं, उनके एक एम्पावरमेंट का भी पार्ट है. There is a feeling that yes, we can do it, and election exercises in the even remote places, there were booths in the recently held elections which were all managed by the women, including the security personnel. और इसी तरीके से 240 polling stations would be model polling stations जिसमें eco-friendly और green booths उनको बनाएंगे. और ये भी एक नया प्रयास शुरू किया है कि जब यूथ नहीं आते हैं वोटिंग में, तो हम पोलिंग स्टेशंस को भी अपने यूथ जो एम्प्लॉइज हैं उनसे मैनेज करें. तो जो भी यंगेस्ट एम्प्लॉइज हैं, जिस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जो भी अपॉइंटमेंट्स रिसेंट हुए हैं, उन्हीं को ट्रेन करके उनको भी एम्पावर कर रहे हैं. तो इसलिए 224 सच बूथ्स वुड बी सेटअप विच वुड बी मैनेज्ड बाय ओनली द यंगेस्ट पॉसिबल द एम्प्लॉइज ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट, एंड 100 booths would be managed purely by the persons with disability. We have started another attempt from the last 3 elections, which is an ongoing effort, that we want to make now the availability of AMF almost permanent in all these schools. And here in Karnataka, we are progressing quite well. As you would see on the slide, we are almost 98-97% in terms of all the parameters, which are ramps, toilets, electricity. I am sure that, and hopefully, in this election, the time is still there, till the elections polling stations are prepared. whatever 1 or 2% in each category is left, we have emphasized to the state government, for which we have got a quite firm assurance that they will try and convert 100% facilities in all these schools on a permanent basis. And if this happens, which I'm sure, which we are all sure would happen, that's a goal to aspire for the elections coming during the current years in the later this year and also the general election. So friends, now coming to the urban apathy. This is one area, as I said, that in Karnataka the areas of concerns would be different. So urban apathy is one, and money power is another, which will come to after this. So in urban apathy, the total voter turnout in the state is 72.4 in 2018. Against this, as you know, the overall country, if you look at the 2019 general elections, तो जो 20 टॉप के कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज हैं जिनमें सबसे कम वोटिंग हुई, उनमें से 9 अर्बन एरिया में, इसके नाम यहाँ दिए हैं, मैं ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ना चाहता, but they are in the top 20. And if you look at the कर्नाटका, तो जहाँ 72% वोटिंग है, वहाँ बेंगलोर के साउथ, नॉर्थ, सेंट्रल और बंगलौर में वो वोटिंग काफ़ी कम है. 57, 51, 53, 55, 57 as against 72. And another disturbing trend is that it is reducing even from the earlier election, 2013 election. It was even more in 2013. It is reduced in 2018. So when we went there, we did call a large number of universities, students, and talk to them. And then we also decided that in addition to the awareness activities like the electoral literacy clubs and the voluntary action forums, we'll also do because the Karnataka and Bangalore happens to be the knowledge city and the IT city of the country. So why don't we take advantage of their expertise? So we requested the IT sector, and through you we want to thank that IASC came forward, and they are doing an electhon. Instead of hackathon, we are saying it electhon. For what? They say, we are saying that how to enhance the participation of urban and youth. Can we technologically connect to them more? Can we do outreach in a different way? And how to ensure the registration of new voters more and more? We don't have to work so hard. Is there a problem with our software? Is there a way we can motivate them to do it? How can, from the universities, or from the colleges, schools rather, from the 12th, almost everybody becomes 18. 12 years, 12th class when you pass plus 5 if you add, तो mostly 17, 17 and a half and 18. तो आप वोट तो देना शुरू कर रहे हैं, बट आपको एक कमिटमेंट की जरूरत है. तो इस इलेक्थॉन में हमने ये भी रखा है कि डिवाइस ए सॉल्यूशन दैट हाउ कैन इट बूस्ट वोटर टर्नआउट ऑन द इलेक्शन डे. और उसका भी एक मेथड हमने और अपनाया, वो भी आपको मैं अभी आगे बताऊंगा. ये कितनी इंस्टीट्यूट्स हमारे साथ इसमें जुड़ गई हैं. इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंस, large number of startups, large number of IT professionals. So we are thankful to all of them. And 47% have added on working on how to do the registration free. Some are working easily. Some are working with us on how to make the youth turn out on the day of election. So this result we will again share with everybody when it comes, the solutions when they are given, and जो आने वाले इलेक्शन है उसके लिए हम लोग समझते हैं कि ये एक हमें ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी या ऐसी आउटरीच बताएगा जो उनकी समझ में आती है, बिकॉज इट्स ए प्लेस where you have most of the educated youth and the urban areas. As regards the candidates, you are all aware, just to repeat the same thing, the know your candidate and the affidavits, all this are available on through the technology. Knowing the candidate is possible through the Know Your Candidate application. And for political parties, these applications are helping them to file the nominations online and to also apply for the entitlements which they have in terms of passes or in terms of booking the grounds for the election rallies, etc. And it is all strictly, everyone has been instructed to follow first in, first out principle. जिसने पहले अप्लाई किया उसका डिजिटल ट्रेल उसमें रहेगा. ऐसा नहीं कि अप्लाई एक पार्टी ने किया और आपने दूसरी पार्टी को जगह दे दी. नहीं, इट इज ए फेयर एंड लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड विच दे हैव टू एंश्योर. सी विजिल ऐप की काफी प्रचार कर्नाटका के इलेक्शन में किया है, बिकॉज ये वहां बहुत रिलेवेंट है. Because what new challenge we found in Karnataka is, in addition to the youth and urban apathy, is the money power. So this is being popularized a lot, and I'll share with you, even before MCC, what had happened. MCC will come in force from today. But when we went there, I'll show you, just because of our sincerity on this subject and telling the district officials and enforcement agencies what is the result. I'll show you that. So before coming to that, just to narrate that in recently held elections, total number of polling stations are given here, and there was no repolling. So we want to carry forward this trend. No violence, no repolling, and no और ईवीएम भी बच गई, उनको भी गाली वाली ज़्यादा नहीं पड़ी. सो मतलब उसी चीज़ को आगे बढ़ाने हुए हमने वहाँ काफ़ी कोशिश की है कि जितने भी पोलिंग स्टेशंस हैं उनमें आप ऐसे प्रोसेसेस को अपनाएंगे, डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट्स आर ऑन द जॉब, that they make the experience for the voter very good, so that they are encouraged to come. And some are working even on applications where, if we can tell in advance the queue, so that you can plan your visit to the polling station and avoid standing on the thing. This is also a work in progress. The seizures in these 5 elections, just to tell you the kind of rigor and emphasis जो elections को inducement free कराने में किया जा रहा है. 5 elections जो अभी होके चुके हैं उनमें 18 और 17 में जो इससे पहले हुए थे, 43 करोड़ के अगेंस्ट में 1028 करोड़ का सीजर था. एंड इसमें ड्रग सीजर्स, बिकॉज we are saying liquor, drug, money, freebies, and drug in particular, because वो पूरी की पूरी सोसाइटी को और बच्चों को खराब करने की उनमें क्षमता है. So all enforcement agencies, we have said that there is a absolute strict vigil you have to have on movement of any kind of material which can induce the elections, and fairly. And I'll show you what has happened. We are strengthening our teams in Karnataka to curb the misuse of money power. From 1,900 in 2018, we are increasing to 2,400. These are the teams which will have the sensitive constituencies, expenditure observers we are increasing, assistant observers, flying squads, and all to put extra pressure and make it clear to all political parties and candidates that money power, they have to just zero tolerance, which we are showing from our sides. And just to tell you that the state has 19 districts. Total 171 interstate checkposts are being operationalized for this purpose, where Excise Department, Commercial Tax Department, Police Department, and even the Forest Department in areas where the forests are there and there are checkposts. They may not be the highways or the state ways, but there are the points of entry. All places there would be a strict vigil. And nudging towards ethical elections, there are exercises which are being done, with the awareness which is being done. Say, for instance, this is by the Commercial Department. And just to tell you, it's another when we talked about it in Nagaland from civil society. There were groups formed in the villages, and villagers came out resisting anybody who was trying to bribe the voters in the villages. I'm repeating it here just to encourage and thank those citizens who have helped us in curbing the menace of money power. And you see, we have directed all the enforcement agencies, which include the state police, state excise, narcotics, coast guards, ED, airport authorities, state level committees, bankers committee. What is their role, just in brief? जितने एयरपोर्ट्स हैं वहाँ और जितने लैंडिंग एयर स्ट्रिप्स हैं, even choppers, they will all landings will be checked, so that there is no way that they can be used for movement of any kind of what you call the money or something. इसी तरह से जो check posts और special highways which have been identified, and godowns which are in under the commercial taxes department, warehouses, liquor, all have been mapped, so that there is no increase or a trend of goods coming there. Similarly for freebies, eBay bills are being checked to see in any particular district if there is an increase of the material getting entry to those particular districts. SLBC, we have also requested all the banks, directed them actually, that no movement of the vans which carry cash to fill the ATMs will happen during the late hours, so that they cannot be used. At times, such vans are used for carrying cash. All that has been stopped. In terms of what happened in Karnataka after our last visit, which was, see just some pictures. Even MCC has not come into force. And this is across the parties. Freebies, cash, liquor, all that have been started already having been seized. And it is already crossed almost what was seized during the elections last time. And I want to thank the district administration and enforcement agencies on this, because having by and large tackled the issue of muscle power in the elections, this is now the focus and the time that we handle the money power also. And before MCC comes into being, because हमने उनको यही कहा कि MCC का मुहूर्त क्यों देखना है? आपके पास तो सेक्शंस हैं आईपीसी की. अगर कोई भी ब्राइब के लिए, वोटर्स को इंड्यूस करने के लिए अगर अभी से सामान लेके आ रहा है, उस पर कैंडिडेट का नाम लिखा हुआ है बैग के ऊपर, कुकर के ऊपर रखे हुए हैं ये गोडाउन, इसमें देखिए आप लिखे हुए हैं, नाम भी लिखे हुए हैं, तो उसको सीज करके उस पर क्रिमिनल केस करने के लिए एमसीसी की जरूरत क्यों है? एंड थैंकफुली ऑल ऑफ देम हैव रिस्पॉन्डेड, एंड वी आर श्योर दैट दिस विल पीक नाउ. And again, through your medium, we want to say that citizens also help us by using C-Vigil more and more, and it is our guarantee that in 100 minutes we will not only reach there, we will also report back saying as to what had happened. So friends, now coming to what you have been waiting for. The schedule for the Karnataka Assembly elections for 2023 would be like this. The Gazette notification would be issued on 13th of April. Last date of making nominations would be 20th of April. Date of scrutiny would be 21st April 2023. After that, the withdrawal of the candidature can be up to 24th of April. The polling will take place on 10th of 5 in single phase, and day of counting would be 13th of May. So this is the schedule for the Karnataka elections. There are also some by-elections which are due in the country in various legislative assemblies and parliamentary constituencies. So we are simultaneously announcing the by-elections also. So the by-elections will take place for the assembly in Odisha, Jharsuguda, in UP, in Suar, UPAC 34, 395 Chanabe in UP, Soiyong in Meghalaya in 23, and also in the parliamentary constituency number 4 in Jalandhar. So this will fill up all our vacancies till February 2023. So this is the schedule, and I once again, before ending, through the friends from media, I want to appeal to all the voters of Karnataka, young, urban areas, rural area, PBTGs, women, transgender, PWDs, senior citizens, to please come forward and take part in the Festival of Democracy. Thank you very much.